Janam TV joining us on the phone line. Mr. Girish Menon, we do see your reporter here being abused by some of the students there on the campus. Abuses hurled at them, go back fastest media slogans being hurled at him, and he's just doing his job. What really transpired? What has he told you, sir?
It's quite painful for me personally and professionally, because we are unable to protect our journalists who are doing their job, their profession in a democratic country like ours, where they are just trying to present the what is happening in the JNU campus, and the hooligans.
Mr. Menon, can you hear me? All right, we'll reconnect with Mr. Girish Menon, the COO of Janam TV. Janam TV reporter is who you see on your screens, viewers, being threatened by some of those students on the campus premises. We have Atul Anjan also joining us on the phone line. Sir, is this the kind of tolerance one is supposed to witness on a campus that claims to be the messiah of free speech, sir?
Is a highly tolerable. The question is this: in this country, when we are living in a democratic process, our constitution allows a right of why all the old cuttings or old videos. Why somebody is making his face red? Why the government of India is opposing it? Why they are asking the British government not to ban the BBC, not to show it in India?
Okay.
I think
while questions certainly must be asked on why this ban, why not let students watch the film if they wish to, watch the series if they wish to, that's fine, sir. But this kind of hooliganism and vandalism is not welcome at all. Thank you, Mr. Anjan, for speaking to us. Mr. Menon is back with us on the phone line. Sir, you were saying?
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, ma'am. I mean, such a thing happens in in our Indian campus. A foreign channel come out with something which is infringing on our sovereign rights, and part of our student community celebrated. And our media professionals, our colleagues are not allowed to, they have the audacity to display what is, recorded or documented by a foreign channel. But our colleagues doesn't have the right to record what they are showing there. So what a sad part of the democratic...
Okay, but sir, did he tell you more on why he was attacked? What is it that he was saying? What is it that the students around him found so uncomfortable that they resorted to this kind of a treatment?
Nothing, quite simple. They wanted Janam TV, the only nationalist channel in the language, Malayalam language, to be out, because the majority of the guys are Malayalam speaking, so they understand. They are SFI, ASF and ISA students belonging to the Student Federation with leftist leaning. They think that Janam is a threat on their this thing, because it will get recorded. What is shown there? So that they don't want that recording to happen.
Okay. And did your journalists try and speak to them, explain to them that he's just there to report facts? What is the contention that these students were speaking of?
See, it is in the midnight. It's around 11:15. So he tried to explain it to them in a very peaceful manner. See, imagine two ordinary commoner civil citizens with just a camera in his hand. What kind of, how can he resist 150 people? He's trying to explain it to a crowd, which is a mobocracy for a long time.
Okay, Mr. Menon, now last night is only when reports came in and there were allegations being leveled on of how certain ABVP supporters and members resorted to stone pelting, as is being said by some of the JNU SU members. Now, given what happened on the campus, what is it that the reporter in question here, who we can see on our screens, what is it that he was stating at the time of this particular threatening attack that came in for him?
See, I am only concerned about two things. One is the infringement on the Indian sovereign rights of the foreign channel, and number two, the protection of my journalistic community. These are the two things I am concerned about. My commoner journalist goes to his duty, is getting attacked. This can happen to you and me.
Absolutely.
So
we do understand your concern, sir. Mr. Menon, how badly was he beaten up? We see a lot of pushing, shoving, a lot of abuses being hurled at him. What is he revealing to you?
More than the physical injury, for a person with intellectual capabilities, the kind of probing into your work, preventing from you to do your job. That's the most painful part of it. That for a journalist, you are also a journalist. You can understand. To get physical is one thing. Getting insulted from a campus like JNU University. Supposed to be the holding the intellectual capital of India.
Yes, and Mr. Menon, while we do see, as far as this video is concerned, we do see how a lot of provocation and instigation came his way. He was standing there very calmly. He was holding back. And we also could make out loud and clear of how fastest media go back slogans were being hurled at him. Anything else he's spoken of? What else was said? Any other abuses that this crowd resorted to?
Absolutely. They have been using all kinds of. We have given a visual, the video, this to the Deputy Commissioner of Police West. We have given the visual.
Okay, so you've raised it with the police already?
Yes, we have already approached my reporter, my cameraman has already filed a complaint with West Delhi Deputy Commissioner, and I am planning to file a complaint to Commissioner of Police. In any time now. I'm just because sitting here in 3,000 kilometers away, we are collecting the details and filing it. We are taking it very seriously because we have to protect our men and women on work. That's my job. That's our job.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Menon. I appreciate you speaking to us here on Times Now. And just hoping that, this doesn't repeat itself, hoping that this journalist gets justice come may what. Thank you, sir, for speaking to us. We have Jairul Islam of AIUDF joining us on the phone line. Mr. Islam, what do you make of this? Here's a man doing his job, reporting the facts on ground, telling the world what's happening in the campus premises as far as this controversy is concerned. Why should he be met with this kind of treatment, sir?
वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट, ये बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण बात है। जेएनयू को लेके हमेशा कई सालों से जब से बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट आया है तब से जेएनयू को लेके एक बड़ा कंट्रोवर्सी हमेशा रह रहा है। अभी हमको जितना मालूम है कि बीजेपी द्वारा प्रचारित एक डॉक्यूमेंट थी, उसको स्कैनिंग करने जा रहे थे जेएनयू में, उसको चलते हुए किसी ने स्टोन पेल्टिंग किया है, किसी ने पावर कट किया है, किसी ने वायलेंस किया है। एक्चुअली
सर, तो आप जो कह रहे हैं बिल्कुल सही कि स्टोन पेल्टिंग जिसने किया है वो गलत है। अगर डेलिबरेटली एक अटेम्प्ट आया है किसी साइड से कि जो स्टूडेंट्स को करना है वो रोका जाए, वो गलत है, बट जो ये स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे हाथापाई पे उतर आए हैं सर, इस जर्नलिस्ट को मार पीट रहे हैं, वो तो अपनी ड्यूटी कर रहे हैं ना, आप उसको भी गलत कहिए सर।
मैं वो भी बोल रहा हूँ, मैं वो भी बोल रहा हूँ, जर्नलिस्ट पे क्या गलती
नहीं, आप तो सबसे पहले स्टेटमेंट में आपने भाजपा ले आए कि भाजपा जब से आई है तब से जेएनयू में ऐसी कंट्रोवर्सी चल रही है, ऐसा होता आया है।
हाँ, ये बात सही है, ये मैं अपने बात पे ये सही बोल रहा हूँ। जब से भाजपा आया है तब से जेएनयू में ये सब ज्यादा चलने लगा है, सबसे ज्यादा चल रहा है। उससे पहले जेएनयू में इतना सारा गंदगोल नहीं हो रहा है।
नहीं, अगर जेएनयू का स्टूडेंट्स यूनियन विंग जो है सर, वो अगर भाजपा की आइडियोलॉजी से सहमत नहीं है, उससे रिलेट नहीं करता है, तो मारपीट पे थोड़ी उतर आएंगे सर।
हाँ, ये भी गलत है, वो भी गलत है, ये भी गलत है, वो भी गलत है। मारपीट तो नहीं उतरना चाहिए।
सरकार बदलती रहती है, अब अगर एबीवीपी यूपीए के टाइम पे ऐसे बार बार हाथापाई पे उतर आती है तो वो भी गलत होता, तो जो गलत है उसको तो बोलना चाहिए ना सर।
नहीं, सबसे ज्यादा तोड़फोड़ तो एबीवीपी करता है जेएनयू में। सबसे ज्यादा तोड़फोड़ जो करता है, जितना मतलब गड़बड़ का जो जड़ है वो एबीवीपी है जेएनयू में, ये तो पूरा देश जानता है। लेकिन अगर कोई जर्नलिस्ट को किसी जेएनयू स्टूडेंट यूनियन ने या जेएनयू स्टूडेंट ने किसी ने अटैक किया है, मारपीट किया, हाथापाई किया है, ये भी निंदनीय है, ये ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। जेएनयू है मतलब ये भी नहीं है कि आप कुछ भी कर जाओ या उसका स्टूडेंट हो, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कुछ भी कर जाओ। लेकिन जेएनयू देश का एक नंबर 1 इंस्टीट्यूशन है, लोग फॉलो करते हैं, लोग देखते हैं, लोग मानते हैं उनके। सर,
नंबर 1 इंस्टीट्यूशन का ऐसा हाल है कि जर्नलिस्ट अभी डर के वहां जाएगा रिपोर्टिंग करने।
मैं यही बोल रहा हूँ, एक नंबर 1 इंस्टीट्यूशन होने के बाद ऐसा वार्तालाप ठीक नहीं है, चाहे वो एबीवीपी हो, चाहे लेफ्ट विंग हो, चाहे जेएनयू स्टूडेंट यूनियन हो, कोई भी हो, ऐसा वार्तालाप नहीं है। देश जेएनयू से कितना चाहता है, लेकिन आज कई सालों से सिर्फ वायलेंस दिखाई दे रहा है जेएनयू में। और कभी एबीवीपी का उतर आता है, कभी लेफ्ट उतर आता है, कभी तोड़फोड़ दिखाई देता है, कभी मुंह में पट्टी बांध के हॉकी स्टिक ले जाके तोड़फोड़, क्या है ये?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Islam, for speaking to us. Let me go across to Khalikur Rahman of the BRS joining us on the phone line. Mr. Rahman, what do you make of this? A journalist, in the JNU campus late last night, post 11 p.m., doing his job, reporting the facts on ground, telling the world, telling the viewers of his channel on what's really transpiring as far as the BBC documentary controversy is concerned. That's the treatment that's meted out to him, sir? Abusers being hurled, he's being pushed around. What's going on?
That is very unfortunate because he was doing his job, the journalist. So, I mean, whatever the students were doing, that was something different. But what was being reported, that was journalist's job. So the students, in fact, shouldn't have done that, which is highly condemnable. And this is the behavior, in fact, which is quite concerning.
But sir, look at the hypocrisy at full display here. On one hand, you have a particular group in JNU that is fighting for its freedom, wherein it's saying that it's our right to get access to the BBC documentary. We want to screen it, we want to watch it together. And on the other hand, they're not letting people voice their opinion, report the facts to the world.
See, there are two aspects in this actually. Number one is because when it comes to the government, in fact, I think should have allowed the people to watch the documentary. Because if, whatever the truth is there, if the government is not scared about the truth coming out before the people, anyway, because this,
But if you don't agree with the government's move, are you going to resort to vandalism, sir? Are you going to end up taking law into your own hands?
No one has got the right to take the law in their own hands. That's what I'm trying to tell you actually. So that's the reason. Because if this was not banned here, then I think these kind of incidents wouldn't have occurred. It doesn't mean that I'm trying to encourage these people. What I'm trying to tell you that because if they wanted to watch, then they should have been allowed to watch actually. Because it's not that no one is aware about the facts and the history as to what happened in the 2002 Gujarat riot. And the BBC has made that documentary. It is the prerogative of the BBC. Our government, instead of banning the documentary here, should have sued the BBC. Because, and then they should have, in fact, filed a case against BBC if government feels that it was all misreported. And but again, what I feel that because there is some kind of political conspiracy, which in fact is leading to the polarization here. But in any case, the students should not take the law in their hands, and they should be really, concerned when it comes to, treating the journalist in that fashion.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Khalikur Rahman, for speaking to us. Most unfortunate what today we've witnessed at the JNU premises. This happened late last night, picking up a lot of reactions and tracking that very, very closely. In the meanwhile, we shift our focus to